Hello everyone, it's Snady, and today we're testing out the Too Faced Life's a Festival palette. As you gorgeous people know, this is about the product, not the people behind it. Any tiff you may have with them, please gas it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. So, Too Faced actually came out with a whole damn festival collection. They were very colorful products, and I love the looks of their highlighter sticks, especially that bluish one. It had like a purpley pink shift to it, very pretty. But I really didn't think I'd use it very much, so I stuck to this little bitch right here. I thought that seemed a little bit safe because every single launch of theirs, their eyeshadow palette is either terrible or fabulous. There seems to literally be no in-between with the Too Faced palette. It is either butt-fuck awful or a staple in your makeup collection. And because both of the last two palettes of theirs that we tried were total flops, I'm really hoping this is a winner. But even if it does suck teeny peeny, the packaging at least is beautiful. I did get this little bitch from Sephora for $42. I'm on their website right now looking at what they say about it, and they say this is a duochromatic eyeshadow palette with a happy mix of bold, creamy mattes, pearlescent colorful shimmers, and an exclusive shade of highlighter for your face and eyes. What does this little hoe do, might you ask? Well, Sephora has the answer. They say life's a festival with this ethereal mix of bold, creamy mattes and an exclusive unicorn tears highlighter for the face and eyes based on Too Faced's best-selling lipstick color. For dreamy depth and dimension, mix the formulas together to achieve a high-impact, out-of-this-world festival finish. The entire shadow formula is infused with rose quartz powder to add some level of energy to your makeup, plus the fresh, dreamy scent will leave you with an enchanting festival vibe. Not gonna lie, I'm not the most thrilled that this is scented because when they scent their products, they really scent their products. Like their peach setting powder, you can literally taste it for hours after you've used it. But their chocolate scented stuff, oh my god. I could fucking eat that shit. It is so good, so I'm really hoping this is one of the better scents. Looking at the reviews, this actually does have a decent review, 4.5 stars out of 5, which is pretty damn good in the makeup world. Pretty much all of the 1-star reviews are saying that there's a ton of fallout, the pastel colors just are really blotchy, and the entire thing is patchy. A lot of people are saying it's not worth the price, it's a disappointment, and some people are even saying that the only looks you can get out of this are from the 80s and 90s. Honestly, I'm not mad at that because the 80s and 90s are kind of swinging back around, but I feel like the look you create is based on the user, so I mean, maybe don't create a look that looks like it was from the 80s. That's just my humble opinion, but what the fuck do I know? And a lot of the negative reviews did say there's a shit ton of glitter in this palette, which when I think of festival, I think of glitter. Looking at the positive ratings, they say this palette is amazing, the colors apply evenly, and they're full of pigment, so kind of the exact opposite of what the pissed off customers are saying. People say this pairs perfectly with the white peach palette, they're getting a shit ton of looks out of this, and it smells like oranges. Okay, so now we know what it smells like. It kind of sounds like this is yet another one of their palettes where you love the shit out of it or you hate it, so let's dive into this little bitch and see where we land on the spectrum. Like I said, to me, this packaging is very pretty. We have the sparkly little unicorn on the front, it's full of rainbows and glitter, it's poppin', it's eye-catching, but I do have to say, if this is the actual colors that we get, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed because the colors are kind of limited. Like, we have the whole rainbow here, yet we only have a few colors right here, so let's open this little bitch up and see exactly what we're working with. Ooh, that's pretty too. Oh, we get the little card, can't forget the card. I really only mention this because I always like to see what sample looks they create because a lot of times the sample looks are very blah and boring, but oh my god, they actually gave us some really pretty looks to work with. Like that one, fuck yes, that is legitimately a festival look, and this one is definitely on the more tame side, as are the other ones, but at least we have some color in there. Oh, I am very excited. Let's open this up. How do you open it? Oh, fuck me, it was backwards. Okay, let's open this. Ooh, okay. Not gonna lie, it's not as poppin' as I'd like it to be. Ooh, but it definitely has a very candy-like kind of sweet tart smell to it. I don't mind that at all. But actually, now that I'm looking at this in my monitor, this looks a lot more popping on camera than it does in person, so maybe I'm not as mad at this as I thought I was. Oh my god. Okay, see, I was looking at this with no light on it, and when you put it in the light, it completely transforms. Like right there, it is poppin' as fuck, but when I turn it like this, it is boring. So it's definitely one of those palettes where the shades would probably look amazing out in the sun. Cause that right there, that shit is pretty, but like this, no. But just based off looks, I really feel like we could have some fun with this palette. So let's go ahead and swatch and do a look with this beast. You guys know the song, are you ready? It's swatching time. First up, we have Young and Free, Rainbow Life, Sunset Dream, and Fun in the Sun, and honestly, these didn't even swatch that bad. Like, they are really, really pretty, and I was kind of concerned about that matte pink on the end, but it actually swatched pretty good. And next up, we have Fireflies, Fun to See, Dusk Till Dawn, and Euphoric. Oh my god, I fucking love their pun game on this. It's amazing. What isn't amazing, though, is Fun to See. That shade is so patchy and very, very inconsistent. It felt really good going on my finger, but then when I actually swatched it, it looked like this. It's not good. And it may perform completely different on a brush, but at least for swatching, no bueno. And finally, we have Desert Vibes, Beamin', Mystic Rain, Artist Pass, and Unicorn Tears, and for the most part, these were very, very good. It's just that matte is a little bit splotchy, but the shimmers, very, very pretty. And that highlighter, Unicorn Tears, is very, very pretty, but powdery as fuck. Like, it pilled like crazy when I swatched it. But then once you rub it around, that white fluffy pilliness to it totally disappears, and what's left is a really pretty pink highlight. You know, for the most part, I'm actually kind of impressed with the way this palette swatched. Like, yes, the mattes were a bit splotchy, but really we have yet to find a good matte that swatches well on my hand. But the shimmers were actually really soft and pretty and creamy, and the duochrome ones were heavenly. So let's go ahead and hop into our look. I do always like to do a full makeup tutorial whenever I review anything, so feel free to skip ahead. I will have a timestamp down below. I will not be offended. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing my two favorite foundations right now, which is Wet n Wild in the shade Soft Beige and Maybelline's Superstay in the shade Classic Ivory. Oh my god, I love these foundations. And a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, and by a little bit, I mean a shit ton. And then to set underneath the eye, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Ben Nye's Banana Powder. I have not used this stuff in so long. I just grabbed it out of my bin and I was like, let's try this. And then I'm just gonna pat some powder into the rest of my face to set everything into place. And for a little bit of extra coverage underneath the eyes, I'm dipping into Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette into the shade Lucid. And for contour, I'm gonna mix a bit of a Somber and Shadow Play. To prime the eyes, I'm just going in with NYX's Primer Base. And let's dive in. So I'm taking a fluffy brush and we're gonna dip into Young and Free. Ooh, that went on the brush really nicely. There's not a lot of fallout flying everywhere. I like that. And we'll take this and let's start with it right on the eyelid and kind of work it up the crease. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, and it seems to blend out really nicely too. But I am noticing that it is kind of turning on the purplish side. I don't know if you can see that or not. Like, that's what it looks like in the pan. That's what it looks like on my eye. That's not really something that I mind, but when you have a look planned out and you want specific colors, it's not good to have ones that change on you. But otherwise, I really fucking like this shadow. Like, it just blends out so damn nicely. Oh, shit, yes. Like, even just this shadow alone could totally work for somebody. Just put on some eyeliner and you're good to go. Oh, I like this. This brown matte I do really want to use, but I don't think it would mix well with this look at all, so I think we're gonna have to skip it. But for the most part, this pink is really good. Like, I didn't see patchiness whatsoever, just that little bit of color change. Next, on the outer corner, let's dip into Fun to See. That's the shade that was really patchy, so I'm curious to know how it'll be on the eye. Is this a matte? Oh shit, I think this is a matte. Wait, is it? Fuck me. I think it's kind of a matte, so let's lightly dip into it with our fluffy brush, and let's smoke that out in the outer corner. No idea how this'll look, but let's try it. Oh, okay, that's actually kind of the same shade as what the pink blends out to be. Just in a more saturated form, I guess. Oh, that's really nice. And honestly, it is a little bit on the patchy side, but not nearly as patchy as it was on the hand. But holy hell, does this blend out so nicely. Like, I'm using a very light touch in just little tiny circular motions, and look at how nice of a blend we have. That is just so damn beautiful. Oh shit, I shouldn't have picked the purple. We always do fucking purple on this channel, but I will switch it up and add a few more colors to this. Anyways, they did suggest combining these, so let's start with Mystic Rain, and I'm just gonna take that on my finger. Oh my god, that is so pretty. It has like a pinkish green shift to it. Beautiful. And I'm gonna place that right there on the middle of the eye just to see what happens. Ooh, hey there, baby. How you doing? Oh, oh my god, that is so pretty. Let's put it all over the eye. Shit. Oh my god. I like that so much that I almost don't want to put anything over it. But of course we will. Next, on the outer corner, let's dip into Rainbow Life, and we'll just tap that in right there. Okay, that one is definitely not my favorite. There does seem to be a bit of fallout with this one. I don't like fallout. You know what? Let's actually go back over that with more Mystic Rain, see how those two combine together. Oh, that is so weird because on camera, it looks like I covered it up, but in person, you can still see what I laid down before. Oh my god, that is weird. Oh, Oh, see? Like there, you can see what I laid down before. Oh, this is tripping me out. So weird, like it totally changes and like disappears then reappears. Oh my god, I fucking love this palette. Probably not the best palette if you're wanting like a solid look that won't change, because no matter how you look at this, from each angle, it will look different. Let's try a bit of Dusk Till Dawn right on the inner corner. I feel like because Mystic Rain has kind of a bluish shift, this will go really, really well together. Ooh, cotton candy realness. I just love this, but I do definitely understand what people were saying when they said this was a palette from like the 80s or 90s. I get that. Like we have the teal blue, the neon pink, and those are definitely reminiscent of that era. But I think depending on how you place these colors, you can create something very, very new and original. Anyways, I'm just going over pretty much everything with unicorn tears, kind of balancing it out a little bit. And I'm gonna dab a little bit more of a rainbow life on the outer corner because we did lose a little bit of that pink. For the lower lash, I'm gonna smoke out some Young and Free. Oh my god. I can taste it. I can't believe we forgot to do the lick test on here. Let's see. Ugh, no flavor. Or at least no sweet flavor. It does kind of taste like perfume was sprayed into my mouth though. I'm also gonna smoke out a little bit of Fantasy on the lower lash. And then I'm gonna take some of that teal and smudge it about halfway into the eye. And then place some unicorn tears right on the inner corner. Let's line this bitch with a blue liner. And a blue liquid liner for the top. You know, now that I'm lining my eye with blue, I feel like we've created almost this exact same look on my channel before. What was it with? The My Little Pony palette? Shit. Whatever. So since this is a festival look, let's be a little bit extra, not too much extra, just a little bit, and add a little sequin right there. Ooh, wow, now I feel like a festival goer. Coachella, here I come, bitch. Don't know how I feel about this as a highlighter, but they say it is a highlighter, so let's go in with unicorn tears on a fluffy brush, and let's try it. I feel like it's just gonna be way too light for my skin, but you never know. Definitely way too light. But because it's so light, it just looks like powder on top of my skin, like there's a white stroby sheen, so I don't like it as a highlighter for me, but if you're lighter than me, you would probably love this. And here we are with the final look. For lips, I ended up going in with Makeup Geek's Bachelorette and Makeup Revolution's Depraved. So this palette, I actually kind of fucking love it. No, it's definitely not an everyday palette. It is more of like a party palette, but still, I'm kind of a party person. And I also think that though they do encourage you to mix these shadows, keep it simple because otherwise it just turns into a blah mess, kind of like how this is. Like I think if we had stuck with this pink shade as a transition shade on the crease and then just put Mystic Rain and called it good, this would have been an amazing look. But I did want to see how these blended well together, and it's not like it's ugly at all. It's not muddy or anything. It's just a little bit too much. And it kind of turned less than wow. But I think if you use 3, maybe 4 of these shadows at a time, you could create a beautiful look. And these duochromes actually are the shit. Like this one is definitely my favorite, but I mean all of them are so pretty. Is this the most wearable palette ever? For me it is, but for the average person, probably not. Like some hoity-toity lawyer probably isn't gonna want to dive into this before their big meeting. But if you are on the more eccentric wild side, then I absolutely recommend this. Like it blended out amazingly. A few of the shadows were a little bit patchy, but nothing that was like an instant deal breaker for me. I think this palette does take a little bit of practice to get used to. I mean, this was my first time using it and I did kind of overdo it with everything, but I was really just trying to put this to the extreme test. I'm guessing most people probably won't put 15 shadows on their eyes at once, but I do still really like this palette because before we applied a shit ton of layers on, it looked really pretty. Really, there are only 2 or 3 complaints that I have about this palette. One is that there is a little bit of fallout. Like it's not crazy at all, but there is a little bit of sparkles happening right underneath my eyes before I applied the highlighter. And then another complaint is the fact that this color totally changed colors on me and turned into a purple. And then I think my last complaint is because these are such powerful duochromes, no matter which way you look, it looks different. Like you can't get a consistent look out of this because if somebody's looking at you from this angle, it's gonna look totally different. It's just not gonna look like how you originally created it with a mirror standing in front of you. For example, see how the pink on the outer corners is very prominent, and then when I turn my eyes, it just kind of disappears and fades and it doesn't quite look right, but I don't know, it's weird to me, but I don't hate it. Do I think it's worth $42? Honestly, I do think it is, only because the duochromes are very, very pretty. Like, we've worked with a lot of duochromes on this channel, and I haven't been that impressed, but I do really like these ones. I will say they're nothing groundbreaking in the least, but they are very pretty, and the quality seems to be there. But overall, I personally really like it. Good job, Too Faced. But there you go. Like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget, my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepopluxe.com. PopLuxe.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepopluxe.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Is there lipstick on my teeth? Fucking hell.